Hey guys, I've been playing the game 700 days exactly. We're gonna get some Hulk shards, which is always nice. And let's see my roster. So now I'm working on Icarus at level 5, but let's go by game mode. So uh, let's go with Arena. This is my offense. This is my defense. I'm very regularly in the top 5 of Arena. I want to push again to go like number one more often because uh, in the past I had like a period of almost 6 months where I was maybe 60% of the time number one in arena and another 35 top five. So I almost never was outside of top 10. Now, maybe because I didn't spend any money on uh, Secret Defenders when they were released, and I wasn't was more moderately active in the game uh, when those characters were released. I got stuck a bit behind, and even bringing Apocalypse to 7 red stars didn't really uh, made a huge difference in how I hold in. It made a big difference in my account, yes, but and in raids, especially now. But specifically, as far as how my arena defense holds, not a lot, maybe like 5% more than before, or and we're gonna bring Black Cat now to level to 7 stars, but now that everybody's gonna have their awakened abilities, I don't think it's gonna matter that much. What's gonna matter is Super Scroll when we unlock him. Nobody in my shard has him, and we're not too. I'm not very far off the stock dimension now. So I finished today Cosmic. Again, I was a bit more moderately active when Dark Dimension came out, so I wasn't buying G18s on the store, almost never refreshed it. So I started more slowly, and now I'm picking up pace. They're selling this stuff, the strike passes that I bought some of them, even though I don't spend a lot of money in the game. And this now I think it's more reasonable to go for Dark Dimension 6 and for G18. It was absurd how much they were charged before, and it's more reasonable now considering the value of Super Scroll in the game and how much fun we're gonna have with him. So now we are like at we finished Cosmic today. Wasn't very bad. I brought for global this team, went very good. Where are they? Okay, and I started with like this team. I brought everyone up for arena firstly, and then I started building the trades. And now with City, we have 3 characters ready, and we are planning to bring a either Kevin the Hunter. Let's go City. On legendary. Okay. I'm planning to bring either Kraven the Hunter, but I need his unique. Here are these. And I need like 3 of those to be able to bring him not too far off. And uh, I'm considering bringing either Vulture, which I need like 16 of those, but there is an event coming, so very likely. But it will delay my bring Doc Ock for a legendary, and maybe Firestar, and I need like 8 of those, something like this. Uh, I'm considering Cloak now that I have some Mystic gear to spare again. Or, ah, do we have some Mystic here to see? No, I saw it later. So I'm considering those characters. Who else was like Firestar, Vulture, Cloak, and Craven the Hunter? Two of those will go. Probably who I can bring first doesn't really matter. I would prefer not to bring the new warriors. If I can bring Doc Ock in legendary earlier. Let's go here for the. I was saving those for Quicksilver, but we're gonna get a. So you see, it's very close for to bring in Cloak 3 and 2, and I need like 8 of his unique or something like this. And then for legendary, uh, the South known horseman, no weird things, weird tags that I had. Where is it? No, legendary. Okay. Okay, so I already have Goblin and Black Cat. I want to bring with them Nova. I need a few of his unique. A Omega Red that I'm basically ready to bring, very close. Uh, and then I want to bring Doc Ock. If for some weird reason I can bring firstly Nick Fury because I can't bring Craven in time, a or Adam Warlock if for some weird reason I'm gonna get a lot of his unique, and for Mythic I will bring them first, but I really prefer bringing Doc Ock, and I have his unique ready, so probably we're gonna do this, and I think it's a great team. As much as I loved Red Hulk, and I still like him very, very much. Gamma's falling off, and I want to bring first for Bio Super Scroll, and then I will G18 Red Hulk. I already have for Gamma a Hulk ready. Let's take a quick look at my biggest teams, which is Gamma. I want to make them even bigger. I really like Gamma, and uh, at least G18 Red Hulk, and we'll see if we put a diamond on him. When diamonds get a bit more available, maybe we're gonna put one on She-Hulk. I hate that Unlimited X-Men are my second biggest team. They are really, besides Gambit and well, actually, I just hate Phantom X. I didn't hate Scarlet Witch. I actually liked her. I even don't hate like OG Strange. He's just bad. He's not terrible. Uh, I don't hate anybody from Gamma. I love them, and I very much liked Psylocke. So I'm not in the wagon that we need to hate the worst character in every team besides Phantom X. Like he sucks. He's very bad, and I would leave him at gear 12 if there wasn't for Apocalypse Unlock. Uh, because okay, he dies, he gives some buffs, he makes the biggest people attack, he gives evade on spawn with level 65, he could do this. Uh, I brought them to 7 red when I had so many influx of them. Uh, I'm not very excited about like Phantom X and Dazzler, or about like Sunfire and Dazzler. If there were like someone better than Phantom X in the team, I would like them, but now they're like not good in everything in game. Just Gambit was great in Dark Dimension. Rogue Seal is kinda useful. Now, every now and then they get like a defensive victory in Cosmic Crucible. I use them in War Offense to counter uh, mirror usually and replace Phantom X with either I was replacing him with Emma Frost, which is more built when there were not where when we were in the previous season when there were buffs on them and the opponents were a bit bigger. But usually I replace him just with Cable. He dies. He just gives enough speed for Rogue to rewind the opposing rogue. And I found that even at Skirmisher 5 with opposing non-G18 rogues, like the same size rogue, it's very likely she will resist some things, and if she resists trauma or ability block, it's very bad because then you have like uh, Dazzler that can cleanse her. Uh, so I'm not changing her to striker. Actually, have done so in Cosmic Crucible defense, and we're gonna look at them more closely. Uh, when I had a lot of striker fight, I didn't know what to do. I said, okay, let's make my Cosmic Crucible defense a bit stronger because there's too many. We're already punching up a not to give them a hard time, and I think in Crucible because Rogue gets this focus here, the 500%, thinks he's better as a striker because, but otherwise I have him there as a skirmisher, a secret defense, amazing. I hope soon they're gonna get in the top of the list. Everybody is gonna get one diamond, which I pulled in for Robbie and for a Photon. But it's Robbie's the first one I was gonna buy, and when he gets closer because very low now with Secret Defender to get the next star. I'm not holding yet to have him at two diamonds, but it's gonna be one of my first diamond promotions when this is available. And I want to bring Doctor Strange just to Gear 15. Originally, I didn't like him. I was running Quicksilver with them, and they were amazing in war. But I feel that now they are big. That usually I don't find the matchups which I hate in war. I want to punch up. I hate punching down or punch across. It's very boring. And I find that I run Doctor Strange with them. He's kind of good. Let's have him G15 survive. Actually, found a weird bug that he revives two people even with not having the T4. So one time I was facing Gamma, two people died, and he was lucky to survive and revive both, even if it says revive one dead and one dead with T4. So this was amazing because it turned the match around, and he's okay. I don't hate him. I'm gonna bring him probably G15, not Mystic because they're very scarce for Teal, and I think at least like Black Cat and Robbie are gonna go to the mode like G19 when it becomes available, and everyone at level 100. Probably Miss Marvel hard title, even because if she doesn't do that much, she just stays big and takes hits. Let's go here. So then it's Darkhold. Uh, let's go a bit quicker and we'll go for every game mode. Okay. My raid teams, they go doing well. Let's see about rating because it's very important. Raid we're doing 2.0. We always do 60%. And usually when I have the attacks available, I can clear everything. And The only ones I find issue with, let's show my teams. So Mystic is very easy, just not extremely reliable with Sim, I found. Uh, Tech is extremely easy, but Bifrost is better for the boss node. Uh, Mutant is easy for me. It sounds very weird for to hear that people struggle with them because of maybe because just my apocalypse carries. Uh, I had a couple of times very bad RNG, but usually it's easy for me. Uh, Bio is the first two nodes are usually easy for me. Uh, the first one sometimes I get bad RNG, but I just hate the boss node, which I try to two-tap to hit first with web wars to pull some attacks, and then to clear with rebirth. I'm very close to do this, but usually I need to use gamma to completely clear if I'm the only one attacking. Otherwise, I'm hoping to not invest too much in the in Rebirth and still have I once like did cleared everything, but only Black Cat stayed alive, and I think once I timed out and then I cleared with the Rebirth, and invaders I usually don't have a problem. Only today I lost the first in the first node and cleared with a different team. And that's why I'm not going further. Otherwise, every attempt that I try to skill, I clear all the three nodes, and then I try to go for the boss node with the Bifrost, which usually clears half, then times out, and then you need to go in again. And if for some reason I'm unlucky and too many die and I try different team, they usually suck. So I now would prefer just to heal up Bifrost or close when you see people dying and heal them not everyone up, just a couple of them, and go in again. I think Bifrost is gonna do great, especially now that we're gonna get more stars on them. I think they're a very great team. They're gonna be safe in this one. So like Beta Red Bill is very close, Sylvie is not too far, Tin Lock is kinda close, well just became farmable. A when he gets to 7 stars maybe I'm gonna put 1 or 2 diamonds on her. A very good. A So let's take a look now on Cosmic Crucible. These are my defenses. I changed them like a week ago, and a number one is performing very good. I maybe bring just gear 15 and 7 red. I also have 1 diamond pulled randomly for a noir and just leave him there. I don't want to put Till on a mystical noir. Uh, Gamma is kinda so and so. I'm not very excited about them. They're probably one of the first defenses to go after like Deathseed. But they're good in this room. I've had unlimited winning against the world. Uh, Number 3 Song General Apocalypse is very good defense. I found with my level. And Infinity Watch are amazing and giving me a lot of defense victories. We see now because I expect too many super calls and it's a bit challenging. Uh, Maybe I'm gonna bring like Apocalypse on off especially if I like super call. I'm also considering what are my options. Let's see here. Like Cosmic Crucible. A like okay, the first team is great. New Warriors and Masters of Evil usually are my best teams and clear very difficult opponents. Also, like this angle web I'm using to beat Dark or Quicksilver or something like this. A very strong team. And you have Eternals, Doom, maybe add some other plug and play characters with them. Maybe I use a what is it called? A Bifrost to if I'm punching up a lot into room one for the same one, maybe send in Bifrost or something like this uh, to pull some attacks, some cooldowns, and have them the opponents with a stack of exhaust, and then I'm gonna try to clear with my Masters of Evil, and I want to bring them a lot higher. And we'll see about like the Sinister Six because they're doing great. When we have everyone, maybe they're gonna go in defense and bring Apocalypse on offense, or a especially when we get Super Scroll, or if they stay on offense, maybe I'm gonna put someone else on defense, maybe like Dormammu with Unlimited. I've tried, and we'll see. Maybe we change the Death Seed or Gamma or Infinity Watch. But this defense now is doing well, and is challenging for my opponents. Just like it's already unfair punching up like 10 to 20 million DCP. If the opponents have Super Scroll, okay, it's trash. So it's very difficult to compete and stay on this level that we're gonna still getting the diamonds. It's kind of funny actually. I just noticed this that they give diamonds from Diamond League. Uh, okay. I it's very huge priority for me to stay at Diamond 1 at least to keep getting those diamond orb fragments. And I like a week ago I was like 1,700. Now because I faced too many Super Scrolls, like how many people are there? Six in the whole tournament, or eight. So from eight, like six had Super Scroll. Only me and one other doesn't. And Paul didn't have Super Scroll. Everyone else had the Super Scroll. And I even won the last matchup with where is he? With a Super Scroll. Where this one. Okay, so I cleared Super Scroll with a double stack. Tried to do it one shot while I also sucked it, but it's extremely important for me to stay here. One, say probably my first priority to build up my which are already have put a lot on, and build them kind of quickly, depending on how, because the cock was very small when I started, in contrast with how quickly I'm building new release teams. And I also have put a little bit in the Sinister Six, which I also want to use in War. Vulture is amazing. Mysterio, even at this level, performed great. Wow. And I also want to bring Electro probably with them in War. We'll see how what will happen when the whole Superior Six are gonna be released. If we're gonna make a second team. Let's talk War now. So I'm here in Bridge. That for me is extremely important because it has the most points, and I'm very heavily into War. until like a month ago, we had a very big difference. It would be interesting to show it, but now when I scaled down my defense and went more offensively, partly because my very big gamma that would be like how big would it be in defense now, like more than 2 million. Uh, was counter even like with Apocalypse with them it was just a two shot, like defense doesn't really hold in war. I found I was kind of disappointed. Like I hate building like why would I invest a lot in new Avengers besides Scourge and in Infestation when they get beaten so easily. Uh, but new Avengers now that I built them for Scourge, actually the difficulty 8 with all but the two health ones, they perform very well with a team a bit smaller than now. They're getting defensive victories. Maybe some people try to do like punch downs with some teams that aren't like uh, the top 5 and they get destroyed. So it's a great team. I want to G17 Tigra, maybe bring her to level 95 and maybe G15 uh, Ronin and abandon them, something like this. I'm thinking. Maybe even G14 thing. He doesn't really need the focus, but he's already 71. Why not? Uh, now, Heroes for Hire. As much as I thought they were a great defense, and they brought me a lot of defensive victories in the past, especially at lower levels. Uh, Well, no, I just noticed I have him as a striker. The absorbing man. It doesn't really matter. He doesn't really want to do much. Maybe I'll change him to rider or something like this. I'm thinking like there are not too there are not too many cycles anyway in the team. We see. Uh, Probably a mistake of my part because I had him for like room 1 of Cosmic Crucible, and he just transferred there to the team. Uh, how they called Young Avengers. They suck now. They very rarely bring me a defensive victory. They used to be good. Uh, Black Order every now and then they get me defensive victory. I'm kinda tiptoeing on building them up, maybe to put them in a room 3 like with a reduced ultimate cooldowns for Cosmic Crucible defense. We'll see if I have the extra resources. They're more of a very low priority project. Probably maybe I'm gonna leave them as is. They're just gonna be a war defense and that's it. Web Warriors, they suck. They don't do anything. They just a filler team here. New Warriors, they also suck on defense. Very rarely they give me a defensive victory. Number 7 is amazing. Every war it gives me a couple of defensive wins. Uh, Now went so offensively, but I'm even considering and I'm having fun. So I'm even considering being Dormammu into in offense. But what I find that very absurd is like people will try to punch down with full Bifrost. Like they're the new Asgardians, the bad Asgardians. They're gonna beat the good Asgardians. Like fuck off. Like it's no no. It doesn't work like this. They're very they're sitting war offense while like Thor and Valkyrie are great on war defense. So this amazing team and it's one of the very few challenging defenses that I have left. But I carry a lot in offense. Uh, Number 8 is so and so. Sometimes people underestimate it. Number 9 now doesn't really hold, but I had them on defense for so long. I'm not really excited using them on offense. I almost forgot how to what or haven't tested on one new teams they're beating, and I'm very happy with my offense, so I'm not really excited to bring them back. I used to have Apocalypse in here when I was more tanky, or more war defense heavy, and they were almost always win. Now they don't do really anything, just maybe because of the size. Every now and then they get a couple defensive victories. Number 10, now they get defensive victories because there's a new war rules. People are not so used to it. They're annoying, and it's good that we're gonna get something out of uh, rebirth because before they get replaced. And let's check my offensive teams. So number one is amazing. I still probably gonna replace a Craven with Electro in here, and maybe try to make the other three superior with the other two sinister. Not recently reworked like Rhino and soccer. Maybe I try to make them another team. Maybe I put them on defense if they aren't so strong. We'll see. But this team is great, and I'm very excited about building them fully. First, I'm gonna beat the cool Crucible ones, and when I have some free, like a passion project, when I have some free resources and not so many other things to focus on in game, I'm gonna build them up for war offense. Uh, I'm kind of considering more defense, but probably not. Nowhere. Actually, I'm disappointed in them. So for what they were sold and like they were primarily the war offense team, they never countered Gamma that greatly because people had Gamma at like 1.8 million usually. So even at this size, they're not really they're reliable in countering small gammas. Okay, and they use them in other teams, and I'm happy with this because I lost so many matchups against like so many, maybe 10 in total, against the gammas because. And now we're very close bringing like Thor Infinity War to Diamonds because I pulled this and to bring Nova G18 uh, the for DD6. So maybe this team is gonna be great finally, but now they're like the third best war offense in my opinion. I'm not really excited. Best one is this, like Undying, they're amazing. If I face a very like a heavy packed team like a Gamma Apocalypse or something like this, I'm gonna use Apocalypse instead of Quicksilver, but they destroy everything. Like they are. Even without Quicksilver, they beat like everything. Uh, I, 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 like it's very rare that I can find a team that they as they are they cannot beat, and if not, I just put Apocalypse with them. They very recently brought in offers and he's fun, and they're gonna beat it. So what a great team! I recently put a one red star on Zombie Juggernaut. If I have the luxury and I bring a Black Cat to 7 and Goblin to 5, maybe I'm gonna start putting more into him. But he's great as he is, and he's a luxury to bring to more. Uh, Quicksilver is great. Probably gonna bring him to G18 and then leave him as is. A secret defenders are amazing. Like they beat everything. They beat Gamma. Usually use them to punch up a little bit into Gamma. I want to bring G15 Saints when I have some free resources like after like the Sinister Six as a passion project for war because I much enjoy like going to war. Let's see like how, for example, like a random war that I had last war. 14, most damage, 3 defense victories, even like with the trust defense that I have now. Last war before that, 103 million damage points. And I had a very unlucky attack using Infinity Watch into Unlimited and having Rogue always target my Gamora, which is the main driving force in the way I have built Infinity Watch. So I'm very excited about War. That's why I'm building war teams when I have some free resources, but that I don't need to spend something that gives better rewards. But I'm not really excited about the rewards. So even if I like playing a war offense, I'm I don't think the rewards are worth it that much to be having it as a high priority. Gamma, I very recently brought it into offense. I use it either to beat big gammas or I don't even remember what else they can like. They maybe huge rebirth now. Uh, and usually when I face gammas, actually I use this positioning. It's a lot better. This like the Sonic, I never use. Like I don't know. Had them war defense. They pull some defensive victories every now and then. In the previous season, now they are like a dust team, but I never usually deleted actually. Okay, and a unlimited. I already talked about it. Usually they beat the mirror mats. We can beat like an Infinity Wars or a Dead Seeds, a or Young Avengers, but usually I use it when I find it unlimited to mirror mats, unless it's in reactor. Test it usually I use it for the mirror mats, very easy. Eternal, don't always use them with Doom, but I'm not really excited about Doom as other people are as a character. I just like him. I'm not excited about him, so maybe he waste him in here. I don't think I waste him, but maybe so. Usually, I'm actually replacing Doom in here, and are putting like a Sylvie in here. So usually use this team and use Doom somewhere else. Infinity Watch, amazing. I use them usually to beat like many teams. Actually, they're very versatile. Like I don't have very, I'm not very strict in where I use them. Uh, Weapon X are great. Uh, I'm excited to bring to G18 Omega Red, and we'll see what they will do. I have like the suspicion that they're gonna bring Wolverine in the next New Thunder team. We'll see about this. So I'm glad I pulled two diamonds on him. I think I'm gonna leave him with Weapon X on War Offense. We'll see. Let's not make speculations. This team, like the Tangle Web with quick characters, I sometimes use to beat infestation, but usually I don't find like an infestation that I like using this team against. Maybe I use like nowhere, or if they're huge, maybe I use like the Undying, maybe even save Quicksilver because very easy. So uh, and if they're very big, maybe Black Widow dies, so it's more difficult. So usually like just and I have those two characters in the side because they're quicker than both Kang and Weaver, so they're gonna get the blind from Big Time Spider-Man. So usually I don't use them like this. I use the no. Here they are. This defense, the second from last. This offense. They also beat Darkhold, which is very nice. Uh, and they're amazing. I very much like them. I recently brought G18 uh, 2099. Maybe I'm gonna even put like T-Force on him because they had two blades and uh, gonna be used in DD6, and he seemed like a very uh, like a duo that will have a lot of longevity in the game. Uh, I haven't done his basic and special because there's only damage, but maybe I'll do them now. Uh, in any case, I think it's an amazing team. This team I also never used like X Factor anymore. And where are we? This team is amazing. Like with the Pegasus, the bit like last war I tried. I never had it in war practice. It was like 13135 million underworld. It was coming there weirdly built like small taskmaster, not small, medium sized condos. Maybe they were bringing like Kingpin and Mr. Negative to DD6, but they weren't already at G18. There was just a plan, so they were bringing in the other ones. And I just thought, why not? Like Pegasus, probably they're gonna, with Castle solving the summons, probably they're gonna do it great. And they walked over all over them, like they destroyed. Like Pegasus is the greatest team, they beat Heroes for Hire, they beat in the big Infinity Watches, like they're amazing, and I haven't even done so much war practice with them, almost zero, and they're doing great in war. This team I never use anywhere. Bionica version is like they not don't exist in my roster anymore. They were here sometimes. If I happen to face like 1.1 or 1.2 million web warriors, I would use them, but now they're not worth it to do anything. Uh, uh, Underwood should go higher. I kind of skipped them for a long time, but they're amazing. And I have pulled the two diamonds, Mr. Negative, and if I had his unique, I would very highly consider him for DD6, but I don't. I used him on how Zombie Juggernaut, and I'm very glad I did. He's amazing everywhere. Maybe not so much in DD6, but he's amazing. Underworld they do some great punch ups. What I like using them usually in a team that has Tangled Web and maybe Eternals or Dormammu or something like this. They do so huge punch ups, or Doom. They do such huge punch ups, and I think that it's such a waste for the opponents to have them on defense when they're like 1.7 million, and this team goes in and like walks all over them. Like it's just a waste for both Eternals and Tangled Web, and sometimes for Dormammu or Doom. It's like wow, but they're very versatile. They beat all the teams besides like the three newest betters, or like five best or newest war defenses or something like this. This team I never use, like have like many wars to use, like uh, Dark Hunters, but the team was is was beating for a long time Heroes for Hire, which was very amazing for me. And that's it pretty much. When I we get to this, we have done like 13 defense attacks, and we have like some plug and play characters to use, like Sylvie. Not the greatest plug and play, but maybe I saved Doom in here and put Sylvie, so I have Doom. Maybe I saved Quicksilver here, so I have a team with Doom and Quicksilver and like Silver Surfer. Uh, and like some other characters that happen to uh, be remaining at my roster to be available to attack. Uh, so let's go. What else game modes do we have? Okay, so uh, Blitz is the Strass. I don't know. We talked about. It's pretty much. Let's see what we are gonna be working on. So we are gonna working on a superior and sinister 6, unlocking super square and making up. Uh, when we have some free resources, like right now, I want to bring Icarus to ISO 5. Uh, when we have some free resources, maybe we wanna go into like maybe put a couple of levels for into Darkhold to have them as a crucible defense. Uh, Maybe put a couple of levels into Death Seed for them to like to maybe on Archangel one level or two and say one on Dark Beast and then abandon them. Just have them. They are in crucible defense. They're an intermediary raid team that doesn't really need to replace. So maybe even if the new X-Men come, me and there are not so many characters that I have built that I have already so many builds. So I think there is not gonna be like if they use like Wolverine and Cyclops and Iceman, that I have the suspicion because they were like here in the uh, calendar, uh, or whomever it is. There are many that are built. If they use some of these characters, and there are like three of them, maybe it will be more worth it for me to bring other characters up for the X-Men team. I like Nightcrawler, but it's not like he's my favorite Marvel character, so it's not like I'm very excited to build them that quickly. Uh, like I might build them very slowly after I finish with Superior 6, after I have my Crucible more in line, after I've done everything I need to do DD6. After DD6 I want to bring to G18 uh, Quicksilver, maybe Dormammu if we can, Red Hulk after I do Super Scroll. Maybe I bring up a little bit Hela and Doom. Uh, Maybe G16 Infinity Watch. G17 I want to bring Taskmaster, but I don't want to use this catalyst, so I don't know you do this. Uh, what else? Maybe I wanna put here a level into Peggy and abandon them. Uh, Eternal to G18 maybe. Especially Icarus, Cersei doesn't really need it. Uh, Infinity Watch, more members to G16 and Phyla to G17 because they have a huge longevity in the game and they're great in crucible defense and I use them every war offense. Uh, Bifrost think we're gonna be amazing with a 7 red Volv and everyone is playing it so I don't really want to put a lot more into them. Uh, for now, as long as we don't need them in raids, you know, they're like super exciting in Crucible, so a couple of them are using war, but okay. They're not like yeah, they're not like the top five war teams, so it's not very exciting for me. Um, I'm probably gonna leave like a Master of Evil as is because we're building this team up like the superior sinister, so they are gonna I'm probably gonna have here like G18 Dokok, G18 Goblin, G18 Craven. Even if I have the other two at G15 or G16, somebody, it's gonna be a very big Cosmic Crucible team. I also brought everyone here to G16 just to be a bit stronger. Uh, Especially if I bring one of them into Dark Dimension 6. I don't really want to build this, and I will be brought to G18 2099. So we are okay in Crucible, I think, with the new teams. I don't really want to go into older teams to invest more. Kang does everything here and he does it well. Everyone is at 7 stars, 7 red, except Ultron with star promotion. Uh, this team is amazing. The Undying. I even want to bring like Minerva G15 because she's amazing reviving zombie juggernaut sometimes, so it's amazing. Maybe if I have him at like 4 reds, if I ever have him. uh, she will be unnecessary in the team, or more like nice to have, more like a safety net, not so much, uh, not used so often. So New War is probably gonna stay as is. Just the seventh star to put into Firestar slowly. Maybe actually I want to put the ISO 4 this. Uh, Infinity Watch I want to put into ISO 4. Uh, Maybe I'm gonna put some characters from Master of Evil, but that's it. Uh, into investment for this. Pegasus is amazing as is in raids and in war offense. And the use case early in Crucible offenses is amazing. I don't know how much. Maybe I'm gonna put like a more diamond extra into Kessel when I get some available. Uh, Also, like Iron Man Infinity War has like a weird, unique, a very uh, in high demand, so I'm not really very quick to put more gear into them. Uh, I kinda have been having the Gamma unique, have this piling up to bring rescue a bit higher. Uh, I think I have enough tech to bring them high, but they're not really required. I'm putting more stars into them, so maybe like bring them to G16 and G17 rescue, or G17 like Iron Man if I ever have his unique, because I also need it for Nova. But they're now in raids, they're doing amazing. So like to do every raid, I mean like 2.3, I will bring them to G16. Nowhere they just stay as is, but C18 Nova and 2 diamonds. Infinity War, which is very close. Maybe I'm gonna put something into him, like a couple of levels, maybe ISO 4, maybe G17 if I have it ever available, but it's also missing. Uh, and his unique is also used for Bifrost if we ever need to make them bigger for raids. I don't. I think in actually like his with 2 diamonds and Nova G18, they're gonna perform even better, and they're just gonna stay at this. Uh, Weapon X, I was kind of thinking bringing characters up along with Omega Red for uh, like to catch up a little bit with him if he gonna, because I pulled 2 diamonds into him. I put ISO 4. He's gonna go G18 like 99.9% for T6. So but probably I'm just gonna have a big Omega Red carrying the rest. I don't think I'm gonna put too much into them. Maybe nothing. There are so many like war offense teams uh, that also have uses in Crucible or in raids or something like that. Why invest in characters like Lady Death right now? It doesn't make a lot of sense. Maybe a little bit if we have like everything else sorted out. We'll see. Web Warriors, Trust, but now at least they get to sack a Bio Boss, so they're useful in my roster. Amazing. Uh, Sinister, I were the talk, they're amazing. If we ever get the chance, we're gonna be Black Order for Crucible this defense, and maybe then we're gonna have them like do something good in war, either in probably in offense, but maybe in defense. Right now, they don't fit in my offensive roster. I've tried them in war offense practice and their trust. In the size that they are now, they're gonna can do a lot of things. Bionic Avengers, like I don't have them in my roster, they're non-existent. Here I just want to bring like this 17 Taskmaster, maybe bring him to level 95 and just leave the team as is. I was very lucky to have like diamonds with these 2 characters. Maybe I'm gonna even put like G14, like uh, the Goblin, uh, the old one, to maybe kill a bit easier some Dormammu teams. Not that I'm using them all the time to fight Dormammu. uh, as they are now. They're gonna stay like young Avengers. Maybe eventually I'm gonna farm their Red Star node to pull a seventh thread in for Squirrel Girl, but that's it. Maybe when we have so much ISO available, I'm gonna put an ISO 4 into them, but then abandon them. As long as it's still staying in my war defense to get some minor value out of them. Echo I use every now and then for room 1 with Masters of Evil to stop the assisting, but meh, I'm not super excited and I don't want to build her up. This team is like I don't have her there at my roster. I used to get some war defensive victories, but that's it. There's only thing. Maybe we're gonna get a rework of one of them and have them for the new X-Men. That will be for the new Raid X-Men team. That will be amazing. Uh, I like the new Avengers. They're nice, but as I said, maybe Tigra G17 and 1195, and leave them as is. Do what they need to do in their skirts. Here for hire, no, I leave them as is. I always wanted to put a little bit in Shang-Chi, but they're one of my last war offense defense teams, so they're gonna probably gonna get replaced. I use him every now and then, so it wouldn't be trash to have him at like G17 or even only ISO Blue 4 as he is, but I need his unique elsewhere, so never got the time and probably would leave them as is. I was very late in the game with them and never built them up so high, but I got some value out of them in defense. Dark Hunter's trash, and this team I'm almost gonna delete. I use them like some as I have them now in war defense, and that's it. So that's it for today. Our plans are DD6, Sinister 6, as we told, and keeping up with raids and with Cosmic Crucible to stay in the Diamond League to get those diamonds. And war when we can, have the teams a little bit bigger to have more fun, but it's a bit annoying now that my teams are so big that I need to punch down, and I would prefer punching up to have some small challenge.